Hey there! So today I'm going to make barbecue chicken on the Weber charcoal grill. I'll show you how to spatchcock or butterfly, basically take the backbone out. That ensures even cooking and keeps it nice and juicy because it stays on the bone. I'll show you how I prepare the skin so it gets nice and crispy and then season it with my own blend of herbs. After that, we'll get the grill ready and put the chicken on. So let's get ready to chicken. Spatchcock. It's a funny word from Ireland meaning to spatchcock, which doesn't really make any sense. Basically, it means you take a whole chicken and then make 2 cuts on either side of the backbone, remove it, and cook the chicken in a flattened state. Spatchcock. To prepare for this, we'll need an antibacterial cutting board, a chef's knife, a boning knife, and poultry shears, very important. Protective gloves are optional, but highly recommended. Get the chicken unwrapped and take out any spare parts that might be lurking inside the cavity. To find the backbone, identify the neck that's usually sticking out of the top of the bird, then follow it down to the tail. Sometimes shears don't cut through the skin very well, so I find a good trick is to score the skin with a knife to make it easier down the road, and it works as a guide for the shears. Now take the scissors and cut all the way through the bones along the score mark. Remove any extraneous bits. Flatten the chicken out and score the back side of the breastbone with your chef's knife. This makes it easier to flatten out. When a roll of paper towels magically appears on the counter, pat dry the chicken on both sides. Cut off any extra fat globules you might find. And tuck the wings behind the breast. Spray all over with cooking oil and salt generously. It's okay to use a lot of salt here because it'll have a hard time permeating the skin and bones on the back side. Now we want to get the crispiest skin possible, so there's a couple tricks that'll help us do that. First is to separate the skin from the meat. You can do this with your finger or a wooden spoon if it grosses you out too much. While you're there, get some salt between the skin and breast. Then take a toothpick and poke little holes in the skin. This helps the fat to escape and cook the outside of the skin. Put the prepped chicken onto a sheet pan and into the fridge for anywhere from 8 to 24 hours. When the chicken comes out, it's going to look a little funny. The skin should look dried out and it won't win any beauty contests. That's okay. This is exactly what you want. Now we'll do our final preparations before we get it on the grill. Spray again with some cooking oil and season with your favorite rub. I like to make my own. Notice the addition of baking powder. According to my hero, Kenji Lopez-Alt, this changes the pH of the skin to encourage better browning. Get the seasoning all over, both sides. Don't go overboard. A little of this goes a long way. Now let's get the grill ready. The best accessory you can get for the Weber Kettle, in my opinion, is the Slow and Sear from S&S Grills. And no, they're not paying me to say that. It's basically a big charcoal basket that fits to the side of your barbecue and gives you better control of your cooking zones. And when cooking indirect, a foil pan under the grate is essential because any fat or juices from your meat will drip into the bottom of the kettle and get it real nasty real quick. You can use a disposable one. I use this drip and griddle pan that works perfectly with the slow and sear. So we're going to take our trusty charcoal here. I like to fill it up about halfway. So we're going to use these lighter cubes, but you can also use the wax kind that work perfectly well. Put the chimney on top of there, and now we wait. So smoky. Clean, spray, and get the bird on. Adjust the vents to about halfway and continue to make vent adjustments in order to cook around 350-375. This will take about an hour, but you should start checking at the 45-minute mark, just in case your chicken is an early bird. This will give you plenty of time to prepare some coleslaw. About the 45-minute mark, start checking with an instant read thermometer every 5 to 10 minutes. You want your breast anywhere between 150 and 160 degrees and the thighs around 175 or higher. This is why the spatchcocking technique works so well. It helps both of these vastly different muscle groups cook to the right temperature without having to separate them off the bone. Now it's time to extract from the grate and move inside. And this is what we're after. Evenly cooked brown skin and meat cooked to the perfect temperature. I like to separate all the parts, remove the breast from the bone, and slice across the grain. But it's perfectly acceptable to pick up the entire carcass and eat it King Henry style too. But today I took a more civilized approach and plated it with some coleslaw and pickled beans. So spatchcock, in a nutshell, funny word, delicious chicken. See you next time.